Today we're gonna have a look at a new G-Shock watch that is purchased, and let's get to it. Look at all the amounts of padding that this watch comes with, and that is thanks to Buy Japan for making this possible. But remember, the packaging in my case was not done by Buy, but instead done by the shop that I bought this watch from. Keep that in mind. All Buy did is just being the middleman, parcels sent by the shop to their warehouse, and then they shipped it to me. And afterwards, I have to pay the import tax like you always do if you buy things outside of your country, and that's add up to the price, well, to the total price of this thing. Anyway, the point is that when I buy a G-Shock watch, I always have to pay the import tax, increasing the price a little bit. But remember, I also apply a coupon discount every time I made a purchase. In this case, at the time, it was like, in my case, around 2,000 yen discount coupon, which pretty much covers the import tax that I need to pay. So that's great. Although I have to pay the shipping cost on top of that anyway, so, well, you get the whole thing. If you're buying things outside of your local country, in this case, directly from Japan, there's a lot of costs you gotta have to consider, especially when you're getting something that is brand new that's probably gonna be available in your country wherever you live pretty quick, I think, because somehow Casio really upgraded the distribution. Regardless though, this is the JDM version, so that still makes the watch slightly more special. Not the watch, but the papers. So there's that. Keep that in mind. If you're a collector, probably prefers JDM rather than non-JDM, despite the watch itself is the exact same thing. There's just a collector's thing that I'm talking about. It probably didn't matter at all if you're just looking for a watch. So this guy operates on 3568 movement. Look at that, the JDM version for the manual book. Special box. This is the step tracker tag, since it is just a step tracker watch, just like the GBD300. Here it is, the brand new GBD300. First impression goes, I don't know, man. It's not as exciting. I'll start with that. But I don't know, man, every time I bought a new G-Shock watch, modern new G-Shock, I'm talking about this year, maybe the end of last year, they look good at first, but then it took time for me to get used to the looks, to the design, and then depends whether I end up liking the watch or not. But oftentimes I do, because I mean, in general, I love every G-Shock. That's just for me. If you're just looking for another watch, maybe you won't feel the same way. Check out the price, 25,300 Japanese yen retails. And if you check over here, I have a screenshot for basically the price I paid in USD, around $118 only, far cheaper than listed retail price. So keep that in mind. I have to pay the import tax plus international shipping, but overall, if I add up all the costs, it is still cheaper than even if I could find one of these right now selling straight from G-Shock store in my local country. I still have to pay it extra. Buying from Buy Japan is still cheaper that way. It's just the way it is. I don't know how it goes. If you can't find this on a tax-free shop, so Buy Japan is the way to go. Now, I picked mine in this, it's a really odd colorway though. I thought it's gonna be like really uniform, like all the yellow. In this case, it looked like a mango. I would say, yeah, mango yellow. This is a mango, basically. You're holding onto a mango, but this portion here, the bezel itself that wraps around underneath, all the way to the top and the bottom, much more orange rather than yellow. But overall, it's yellow-orange. Didn't feel the same though. I would say that it feels more silicone-ish. This one feels more resiny, I would say polyurethane. The texture, the finishing of it, maybe because it didn't have this rough texture at the center of it, it does have the similar texture underneath it, but it feels different. It feels like you're wearing a silicone strap, pretty much like every smartwatch on the market that is made out of silicone, right? So I guess that's fair. That's as far as first impression goes. And oh wow, look at the wing. It sits out like that, and oh, you could move it around. Okay, that's nice. A bit of historical aspects of this, like all of those vintage GW001, 002, 003, 004, vintage or older G-Shock that have a wing structure like this tend to have similar idea. I mean, where it is movable, whereas on the GBD200 you can't move it, right? It's fixed. So that's new. Well, for a new G-Shock watch, that's quite special. Alright, for size comparison, this new GBD300 looks to me like it is slightly smaller, but maybe just because of the proportions. But I think if I were to put it like this, right, it is exactly the same size. Just the shape is different. It's like you're getting a DW600 and then compared it to a DW6900. Same idea here, but the thickness or the slimness of it, this one looks thicker. It appears thicker. Maybe the number is different. Weird. This watch is weird. It feels weird. I don't think I'm gonna end up liking the watch though. That's just my first impression. The backlighting, wow. Feels weird, man. The button is weird. Look at that. The button shape, it follows the shape of the watch bezel. Wow. This is so weird, man. It's just unique. It has its own characteristic to it that makes it special or different, I would say, in comparison to other G-Shock out there that Casio made. But I guess that's the thing, right? Just a newly designed G-Shock watch. That's your GBD300. If you're just looking for another watch, there's plenty of options out there. But if you are a collector, this will be a nice thing to have, just to mix up with your GBD200 or your GBD100, which is a totally different thing entirely. Alright, with that said, I don't think I should test it out right. I mean, the function is exactly the same. I don't know what else to expect. It is the exact same watch, different design. That's it. Maybe I have to wear it out first and, you know, see how it turns out. But as of right now, I guess that's pretty much it. Let's cover the first impression, unboxing, experience, straight from Buy Japan. If you're interested on getting one, not necessarily to be this color, check the link down in the description box. Get one yours today and you'll help this channel massively. You don't have to buy the watch, remember, you could buy other things. You don't have to buy G-Shock, you could buy Garmin, you could buy this model, you could buy another Casio project, whatever. Everything is available. Link down in the description box. It is heavier though, at least. It is definitely heavier. I'll see you guys in the full review video. We'll talk about all the details. Alright, that's it for now. This is G-Shock High Fashion channel. And there we go, right?